What's up, guys? Here lately I hadn't been fishing at all. I sold my bass boat for financial reasons. I had done sunk too much money in it and it was time to sell it and move on. And that's just what you have to do sometimes. But anyway, guys, I've took on a project. I bought a boat from my uncle pretty cheap. Look at this beauty. I mean, just gorgeous. Anyway, what I'm doing here is I'm going to build about a 4-foot extended front deck on this thing, because I'm a bass fisherman and we all know bass fishermen want a big deck. So what I'm doing here with, I had about a 2-foot deck right here. So I actually had 2 little foam filled pontoon things here, and it kind of comes to my advantage for building this deck. I've got I'm gonna mount one end of the deck right here and then to right here, and I'm going to first I'm putting these 2 boards in here and here to go off of how I want to put the middle boards in to brace it with. So I'm gonna put this one in and then go grab the other one. I'm gonna show you how I'm doing that to get into this aluminum. Alright, so I've already mounted that board, so I'm gonna go ahead and show you this one right here. All I'm doing, guys, you need a bit to drill into this aluminum. So get you a good bit that's made for drilling into metal, because your wood screws will not go into the metal on the aluminum. So I've already got one in right here, and now I'm gonna go put one about right in here somewhere. Well, I'll tell you what, put one right in here and give me a good brace all the way across there. Do the same thing on this side. I already had one right there on that side, but before that, I didn't mention that. Before that, I just measured, from here to here, and I gave a 1/2 inch gap between this aluminum and the top of this 2x4, so I could put a 1/2 inch piece of plywood right here and it would be flush all the way across. Do the same thing on this side, 1/2 inch all the way across before I drilled the holes. That way my plywood will line up perfect with that deck and I won't be tripping over it when I'm ready to fish. So now all we're going to do is put the screws in. Switch this out, back to this. Put the screws. Same thing on this side. See how easy that wood screw went in there? Alright, now you've got a nice solid platform to deal with. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to measure from here to here. I'm going to put 3 brace boards in here. That should be plenty to hold me up. So I'm going to put a board here, and then a board across here. And all I'm going to do is measure from here to here, here to here, here to here. Piece of cake, go cut them and install them. Alright, so I measured and cut my boards. And what I'm going to do is take these back off. Don't pull them all the way out, because you want to line exactly back up with your holes and make sure you don't put your brace boards where these screws have to go. Take them just far enough out where you can get the board off of there. Alright. Back that one up just fair more. Alright, same thing on this side. Back in the shop. And all I'm gonna do, I've got everything laid out. Here's my brace boards. Here's the front of the deck to the back of the deck. All I'm gonna do is put screws in each one of these. And this is the reason I left those screws hanging out. Because this way you can see where you can put, exactly where you can put that board. Okay. So all I'm gonna do now, see, make sure I got a long enough screw here. I'm gonna go ahead and put the big boys in there. Yeah. Alright. You want to try to make these as flush as possible too. There we go. Make sure both boards are flat on the floor when you do this. Okay. Alright, there's one. Now you just do the same thing on the other end. Make sure you don't get your boards confused either. If you've got, like on mine, I had 3 different length boards for the brace boards. There's like a 1/4 inch difference on each one. So make sure you don't get them mixed up. If you have to, just write left, middle, right on there. That way you don't get them mixed up at all. Okay. Got that. Perfect. All right. All right, then we'll do the same thing with the other 2, and I'll show y'all what it looks like when we get done with that. All right, so there's the deck pre-assembled. I'm gonna go see if I can put it in the boat and make sure it fits, and then we'll put the plywood on top once, make sure it fits. Alright, so believe it or not, it bolted right up. I'm just making a few more holes for my screws. I've already put 1, 2, 3 extras in there. I'm gonna go ahead and put a couple extras on this side too, just for some added stability here. That way we don't have no problems on the water. Lord knows nobody wants problems on the water. Nobody wants that. If I can fit one right there. So I'm gonna go on and put some more screws in it. Alright, so the frame's built. Got me a 4x8 piece of OSB board, 1/2 inch wide, 1/2 inch thick. And just so happens, 48 inches from the middle of this board to the end of this board. So I only have to make 1 cut. And how I'm gonna do that, because we got an angle, is I'm gonna leave a small gap, right? So, sorry, I'm trying to put the camera on my head. Let's see if that helps. All right. I'm kind of gonna measure off of these boards. We'll go 48.5 inches. Right there. I gave myself about a 1/2 inch extra right there, and then 56.5 there. Well, actually, that's not gonna fit, so let me go, because of this stupid thing. This boat's got all kind of goofy angles on it. Alright, so let's go. Go 55 inches there. That should slide right up under there. So yeah, 55 inches, and then we'll go 48 or 47 and a half. 55, 47 and a half. All right, pretty easy. And go 55 inches on one end. Here you go. 47 and a half inches on the other end. And you just simply take something that's long enough to go from one mark to the other. Give me a second, let me get a board. I'm gonna mark here. Here's that one. Here's that one. Or if you have a chalk line, that would probably be easier than this right here. Just pop a chalk line from one measurement to the next, but this is how I'm doing it because I don't have a chalk line with me. I had an angle here, but it was straight there. So what I factored in was between the, I think it was 45 and a half inches, whatever it was. I know I had a 55 inch on one, so I measured the difference between the two, and it was 7.5 inches. So what I had to do was cut that in half, and I made a 3 3/4 inch mark right here. So this is actually my angle I have to cut at right here, and I'll take another 3 3/4 inches out of this side. So I'm going from this corner 3 3/4 there, and hope the boat is measured up to those angles. But obviously you can't have a, you know, a straight angle on one side and or you can't have a straight line on one side and an angle on the other. So there we go, that should be our angle to throw it right in there. We'll cut it and find out. All right, so it worked. It fit in there. Now I got a little space, but hey, if it rains, at least it won't all sit on top of the board. It'll actually run off. But my 1/2 inch measurements worked about right. Now I'm gonna screw it all down. Let y'all see what it looks like when it's nice and tight and done. All right, guys, I can walk on it. That's a good thing. Added almost a full 4 feet to my front deck there. That's a lot better. Lot better. Lot more room for a bass fisherman. With these little foam float deals, I got plenty of room for my 7.5 foot rods to go on there. It actually works out really good. I guess next time y'all see this boat, hopefully it'll be painted and not so ugly, but hopefully I'll be fishing out of it next time y'all see it. But I appreciate y'all watching, guys. Hope y'all learned a little something. Like I said, this is the first time I've done this, so I hope I didn't make myself look too stupid, but maybe hopefully it'll help y'all if y'all ever want to do the same thing, and maybe you won't struggle with it as much as my simple-minded self did. But appreciate y'all watching, guys. God bless you.